Hello, dude. Oh, let me take out one of my earbuds. I made a boo-boo today, guys. Can I tell you guys about my boo-boo? I accidentally put my AirPods in the washing machine. Whoops. And they don't work on transparency mode now. But they work okay. They work okay-ish. They sound like they're underwater. I let them dry for like 10 hours, but I can't use my other ones because my other ones shock me. What model of AirPods? The new ones, the 3s. I have the original AirPod Pros and the new AirPod Pros. And the original ones, which are this case, these like rattle and like shock me when I use them. So put them in rice. I mean, they're dry now. I put them in front of a fan for like... I heard rice is not good for the electronics, but yeah. I don't know. Oh shit, let me actually make the YouTube chat link so I can see it. One sec, guys. Yeah. Bishock's open dots, way better. What's that? The mic probably still has water in it? Honestly, probably. Good evening, Bowl. How are you? Yeah, I'm gonna let them dry for one more night, but honestly... If they don't sound better within the next like week, I might have to get myself a new pair. Which is not fun because they're not cheap. They are not cheap one bit. At all. Hello, Mr. Otis. How are you, Sent It? I maybe took the Sonnet out right after stream. No, I've actually been using it since this morning. Thank you very much. AirPods are like $320 Canadian or something like that, I think. That's why I'm like not... Like, I'm gonna see if I can get these to work before I even consider. I mean, they're good. I like the AirPods. These lasted me a while. These still work for the most part. Like I said, it's just that they shock me a little bit. How much is that in football fields? I don't know how much it is in football fields. I sent the keyboard yesterday. Client was very excited. I'm terrified. Oh god, it's gonna get lost in shipping. Nah, you're good, bro. Don't even stress about that. Do they do repairs for water damage stuff, though? I don't know. I should ask them at Apple first before I even bother. You're right. That's actually a really good point. But yeah. Is stream gonna start? No. Never. If you go to the store, they point and laugh at you. I figured as much, honestly. Maybe the real AirPods was the ones we got along the way. Honestly, maybe. Perhaps. Truly, perhaps. I don't know, though. Honestly, like, I'm thinking about it, too. There are other purchases I'd rather make rather than new headphones. Maybe I just live with the transparency mode not being a thing anymore. Like, maybe I just live with it. Like, they sound fine otherwise. Also, in other news, I ordered all the parts I need to build the 10U64... Oh, shit. So you're ready to go. You're ready to go, my friend. I don't have a lot of water today, guys, because I've been drinking Pepsi. Are you going to pick up Chocolatier round 2? I'm considering it. Are you? Pepsi contains water? It does. It has water somewhere in there. Okay, so, really quick. Hold on. What are some higher... Oh, wait. My hair is a... I have headphone hair today. Had to use my headphones for a little part of the day, too. What are some higher-end switches with good springs and lube from the factory for noobs to try? Anything HMX. Literally anything HMX. Nice haircut. Thanks, guys. Little messy right now because I had headphones on, but... Hey, Pierre, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you, Marcia. How are you? Oh, I have a story for you guys, too. So, yesterday, very proud, so I'll tell you guys, we went to the gym. I went to the gym for the first time in, like, forever. We actually signed up for a membership, so like, go us. My man had to do an extra. So that was fun. That was like a good first day at the gym type thing. I did cardio and some strength stuff. As we were leaving the gym, I had to like double check that my girlfriend wasn't in it or Adam. There was a bridge, and we saw the bridge, and we had never really like looked at the bridge before, and we're like, oh, that'd be like, my girlfriend's like, oh, that's like cool to take photos on top of. I was like, yeah, I wonder where that bridge goes. And then she looked at me and she's like, to the other side. Honestly, bro, like I kind of just sighed, and I'm just like, pull up. Yeah, I kind of just sighed, dude, and I'm just like, what's the point? What are we doing here, dude? What are we doing here? And then I just got kind of like, triggered because like Adam and it literally do like, it's right there all the time to me.
Chat, let's start a hype train, let's go.
Thank you, Drod. I appreciate you, man. Did you break up? No, I just let out a long sigh. And then I think I said to her, okay, Annette, and she knew exactly what I was talking about, so. Alex, I'm wondering, where do you bulk buy your cherry stabs? Mouser. But you, last time I ordered from them, though, you couldn't get 7U wires. So I'm not sure if you can get them now. I actually just placed a Mouser order because I'm working on hot swapping some PCB stuff for a client, and I think I'll have enough, but I'm running low. Adam and Anik triggering Alex's fight or flight response. Dude, realistically, they did. They really did. No, if you can't get 7U wires, the stabs are worth getting. I think they're still worth getting on a real note. You just have to get the 7U wires from like a different vendor. Wires. Yeah, like wires, last time I bought them, I think I got them from Canon Keys, maybe? I think I bulk ordered them from them. But the original time I bulk ordered those special 7U wires, and honestly, like, I don't mean to, like, say they're not worth the money, but I would honestly say, like, the standard 7U wires you can get anywhere that are cheaper are just as good. You don't need to go and spend extra money on different wires just because they're different thicknesses. RB, thank you very much.
Hello, handsome, love the cut.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man. How are you been? Thank you so much for 9 months. Night stabs, whoever has them available. Honestly, there's a few products in this hobby. It's just whoever has them available. Last time was Swag Keys, because I got a whole bunch of other stuff from Swag Keys as well. But the time before that, and even currently, I think I just ordered a few sets from Desk Hero for a client. Thick wires are easier and not better. Yeah, I'm on that. They're just easier to like use. They're not better. Ray, thank you very much for using your Prime here. I appreciate it. Looking buff, mate? Really? No, I mean that we did one gym session yesterday, but that's not enough to get buff. We did 10 minutes of cardio, and then I lost track of how much time we spent doing the strength stuff, but I primarily tried to do stuff that I know I'm weak at, which is tricep stuff. Because, yeah, that shit I know I'm hella weak. The graphic on the back is the In-N-Out burger one. Not that I've ever had it. A friend sent me this. Although, apparently, In-N-Out's coming to Toronto. Let me see those triceps really quick. I don't know how to flex my triceps, Insty. I just know how to do this, and that's it. You know what I mean? Speaking of the gym, I'm waiting for my damn cats to come home so I can go train. Oh, are they like outdoor cats? That's kind of cool. Are we finally getting one? I heard. I don't know if it's for sure, though. I heard there's supposed to be an In-N-Out coming to Toronto. I think it was a rumor, though. But, like, recently I heard this. Like, within the last, 30 days. So, In-N-Out Burger goes crazy for fast food. Fries are not good. Your triceps are the muscles most people think are your biceps. Actually? Bro, I don't want to flex my arm. You guys are going to make fun of me. You guys are going to make fun of me. What's this? You got to order the fries medium well? You can do that? Oh, look at that. In-N-Out. Toronto location. I wonder where they're going to put it. Alex, we'll only make fun of you if you say room. Okay, I'll just do one of these ones. That's it. Ready? And that's it. I don't have much muscles, guys. I'm very skinny. Very friendly and front figure. Sheesh, stop. You guys are pumping me up for no reason. Literally no reason. Keyboard arms are nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, exactly. Best way to get in and out fries is not getting them to begin with. Just get 2 burgers. Honestly, the only fries I like getting these days is the fries. Honestly, McDonald's is kind of hit and miss. I like Harvey's, which is a Canadian chain. I think Harvey's makes good fries. Also, I gotta say, KFC stepped up their fry game, bro. Just curl keyboards. Yeah, I should, huh? KFC really stepped up their fry game. Who the hell goes to KFC? I have it a few times. You got great neck and shoulders. Thanks, Oz. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, dude. No, I haven't tried any of the new Burger King stuff. I don't even know where the fuck a Burger King is near my area, to be honest with you. I kind of want Burger King. I love Burger King. I've always been a Burger King guy. Freddy's shoestring fries. What are those? Oh, man. You guys are making me hungry for fries. Bro likes KFC and Little Caesars. Okay, to be fair, though, KFC is still mid. It's lower than mid sometimes. But sometimes they're just there. And, dude, I'm not going to lie. KFC's pricing recently, I ain't going to fucking complain. They have, like, great deals. And, oh, my stomach's growling now. You guys are making me hungry. They have great deals. Like, Popeyes doesn't have deals. KFC actually has good deals. Popeyes, we had some bad experiences with that the last few times we went. We've been kind of avoiding Popeyes. Real talk. We haven't been a big fan. Neither one of us has. Thank you, AMD, for the bits. There's a Burger King in my town and they produce so much smoke and pollution. Really? Also, Shark, thank you. Wow, everyone's rating me today. Thank you so much, Shark.
Burger King in my
Appreciate
town
you,
and they produce so much smoke and pollution that you can smell Burger King from half a mile away sometimes.
Man, I wonder if that's a good smell, though, or a bad smell. Okay, real quick, though, guys. We're going to introduce today's board. Dude, wait. Sebast, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 42 months, bro. Thank you, dude. Don't forget, guys, we still have that one last giveaway at 1,000 subs. And then, like I told you guys, I think at this point here, sooner rather than later, like next month, I'm going to figure out some other way to do some more giveaways. But maybe not next month, maybe the month after, but soon. Very, very soon. What menu would you recommend for a hungry first? I mean, if you've never been to KFC, honestly, maybe just keep it that way. If you're not like struggling to like find some decent fried chicken in your area for decent prices, I would say maybe just keep it that way there. KFC is not that great. The chicken, like the main reason why you're going there isn't that great. I think like out of all the fast food chicken, it's probably the worst one. Sonic looks absolutely fire. Dude, it looks so good, dude. They killed it with this. Also, guys, I wanted to show you guys this the other day. Affiliate link to Machina. Is it the Machina link's not working? Oh. Hold on. Did Rabbit know these are not working? Wait a second. They work when I click on this.
You promised me Tuesday that we would do tactiles
Oh,
on Wednesday.
I see what happened.
Can we please do tactiles today?
No, we're doing linears. Oh shit, I don't know how to fix this. It's just stream elements. One sec. I'll just try to do this. Save. Can you guys try now? Can you type ! build? It's just not spacing it out properly. Alright, it should work now. Yeah, I think it works now. Okay. It didn't space out the word barebone kit. Good lord. Hey man, we have all the links here. Alright. Today's stream is the Overture. Now, little backstory on this. Ooh, wrong one. I actually built the original Overture, but never streamed it. It was just something that I built privately, and I had a little bit of feedback on it. Proof? The proof is in one of my videos, actually. In the video, you can see that I had used the original... Oh, it's still not working, right? Fuck. Is it still not working? It isn't. Whatever. Honestly, one of the links works. You can find the rest. I don't know why Stream Elements is being so annoying. But the original one, I think, was still really, really good. I'm excited for this one here.
1 year. Been a pleasure.
Penguin, thank you
for
so
the stab
much.
guide and joy in all things you do less than free.
Thank you, man. Appreciate the kind words. So today we're actually going to be building it and looking at an HE version that comes pre-assembled. Now, I want to first state that Rabbit was kind enough to send these over for me to take a look today, so that today is going to be a sponsored stream. That's not going to change the way I think. And please know that, you guys know I always try my best to be absolutely upfront with everything, and there's not really much I can hide over a live stream. Not that I would want to hide anything anyways. There's no point. Confused, thank you so much.
Just got my Onibee. The racing yellow color is super vibrant in person.
Very nice. I want to see pictures of that in person. Or I get, like, people's pictures, I mean. Not just the ones they post it. So, the Overture. I want to first state some differences between, some highlights or whatever you want to say between the old one versus the new one. So the new one basically was overhauled for the internal, which I can go pull out the old one as well if we want. And the new stainless steel internal weight is bigger, as well as removable as well. But basically the internals have been reshaped a little bit here. Now, this does come in a variety of different styles. And here, I'll pull up the website. Is it actually easier on... You know what? I'll use the DaVinci website just because it actually might be a bit easier to look at. But let's pull up the website so you guys can see some pricing and whatnot. I think it's the same no matter what we do here, so... Alright. So you guys can see some of the pricing here. It is going to be for the fully built HE kit with a Venom Hall Effect PCB, as well as Gatoron Raw switches. Or, yeah, Geon Raws, not Gatoron Raws, Geon Raw switches. $240. Not bad. Fully built with some keycaps. Honestly, not bad at all. I think the only... I don't know why I keep saying Gatoron. The only thing this is really competing with, in my humble opinion, is the Kafka. That's it. And the Kafka, to me, is the ideal keyboard when it comes to Hall Effect being pre-assembled. Truly the most ideal. And I think this actually has perhaps something on the Kafka, which is more colorways and more choices for customization in a way. So you guys can see there's a lot of different colors here. We have Virtue, we have Moon, does it switch? Virtue, which I think we're building today. We have Moon. Love this one, by the way. This one's really cool. We have Charcoal. Is Charcoal not going to update? You know, maybe we do use Rabbit's website. Let me go pull up Rabbit's website here. Ready to use. Okay. All right. We have... Actually, we'll just use this one here. Where is it? These are all the wrong ones. Okay. We'll just do this. Charcoal, Titanium. This is not updating either. Okay, we'll just go through them. Oh, Alex secrets? There's no secrets. I have no secrets at all. Chestnut, Azure, and Sage. So we'll just go through them. I think this is considered Chestnut. This is Charcoal. Yellow is my choice. Now I need to reconsider. I don't know what this one here is considered. Titanium, maybe? And... I gotta say, the Sage, though, I don't know if this comes... I guess not. This is maybe sold out in the fully built. The Sage is absolutely beautiful. The Sage colorway, stunning, dude. This and Moon, I think, are two of my favorites.
Select a different type. Most colors aren't available fully built.
Oh, maybe that's why. Ooh, the Azure is interesting too. Azure is interesting. Virtual Immune are the only fully built ones? Oh, they're only selling 2 different colors? Okay. Well, we're going through the colors here. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful board. And then what I really like about this too is the pricing. So this is without a PCB. Okay? Without a PCB. The PCBs, depending on which one you get, don't really add a crazy amount of cost to this. But basically, if you want a PCB and I think you have to get a plate as well, it's about $50. Plus whatever plate you end up getting. So, in and around, I would say probably the same as the Kafka. Not a bad price at all, considering all the things you can get with this, right? So, yeah, it doesn't come with a PCB or a plate with these two. Actually, I don't know how Divinity has their website put together, actually. I've never actually seen Divinity's website, but it looks like maybe this does come with the PCB and plate for the Barebones MX. But you can get no PCB and plate too if you really want to customize. So still not a bad price. Like, even better. Fantastic. The Barebones ones come with PCB and plate. Okay. So Barebone, PCB and plate. This one here, if you really want to get into the nitty gritty and figure out what you want to build here, you just order the no PCB and plates. Oh, my back button's not working. Pretty good. I would say, again, the only thing this is really competing with in my mind is the Kafka. And what's nice is this is going to look even better once we actually open this up. I guess we'll just start by looking at the fully built kit, and then we can actually build, which you guys are going to be so happy. I'm using another switch I've never used before. Never use these. All right. So again, this is fully built. This is with the Geon Raws. Oh my God, come out of the case, please. For the price of this, you really can't go wrong. Yeah, this is a beautiful color. Looks fantastic. Yeah. The wood sides are cool too. And I don't know, can you order the wood sides separately? I didn't actually check. Yeah, you can. There's different wood sides you can get too. You can even get the PVD'd ones if you want to order these as extras. And it looks like those go for $30 to $40 depending on which one you want to use. Yeah. This is really, really, really nice. I do like the exposed screws on the sides. I mean, just like the Kafka, actually a little bit less than the Kafka, to be honest with you guys. So again, I've actually had the original model with wood panels for quite some time, and I've noticed zero warpage or anything. And I'm in Canada, so our humidity goes up and down, like, not crazy, but in my place right now, it goes up and down quite a bit. I haven't seen any warpage, cracks, anything like that, and it's a pretty heavily used keyboard, I would say, in my arsenal of things. I have less worry about this because this technically isn't a super integral piece to the keyboard as much as the Kafka was. So if you guys remember, the Kafka, the bottom piece of it, actually was what it housed part of the mounting.
It kinda looks like that one Keychron keyboard with the wood sides from the top. I can't unsee it.
There is a Keychron keyboard like that, huh? Keychron stuff is like, dude, they do so many things. But I think the Keychron keyboard's like totally different looking otherwise. It does look a lot better. I know which one you're talking about. Did you guys want to see a close-up of this, you guys said? It looks really nice. Well, I mean, the only thing I can really do for this one here right now, because this is the Hall Effect version, is we can do a little typing test. And then we can go in and look at the other one and start really exploring the keyboard. We are going to be building an MX unit, yes. We are, we are. So here's the Hall Effect version. Yeah, we're going to be doing that after this, Gingy. It sounds really nice. It's definitely not as bright as the Kafka off the bat, but this is really, really nice. This is using a carbon fiber plate, you guys can see. And these are the Geon Raw switches, which is one of my favorite switches, like in existence really, for Hall Effect stuff that I've used. But it is really, really, really nice. And then if you guys want to see a little bit more, this does have foam in it, so maybe that contributes to a little bit of the stuffier sound. We can try without the foam if you guys want. Oh, it says 2 layers on the bottom. Damn. Look at them go. Actually, does this have a piece of adhesive foam? It is a bit of adhesive, so I will give some criticism there. I don't love the adhesive foam on the bottom. I mean, let's just try taking out the one piece of foam. But for a ready-to-use board that you can just effectively just take apart, I think this is fantastic. Screw-in stabs. Can't go wrong with that. Oh, let's see. Easy to assemble. It's essentially like a, oh, is that why this is going on weird? It's essentially like a friction fit kind of mount. Actually, yes, this already makes it a little bit brighter. Yeah, this definitely livens it up a little bit, for sure. And that's just removing one piece of foam. I'd actually be curious to take this apart and like remove the mid foam too. But yeah, again, $240 for this is pretty good. That was $240, right? Let me see. Let me double check really quick. $240. Now, let's take a look at the actual internals of the keyboard. We'll just take a look at this one here since we're going to open it up anyways. I mean, yeah, I think it sounds great with the foam. Why do boards include adhesive foam? I really couldn't give you a great answer there. I don't love adhesive foam personally. We also have some different side panels we can swap later if we want. It's just a mess with Alex. So this is the MX kit. This is $150. Oh. Actually, what color is this one here? Is this the titanium? At a glance, I actually thought this was the same color. Ooh, actually, this will look good swapping out the side panels. Very pretty. This sage is gorgeous. Well, that looks so good. Yeah. I'm actually going to swap the side panels right away. Just because I actually feel like this will be a really nice combo. So these instead of the lighter like oak kind of color wood here. What do you guys think? You think so, right? Let's see. What bits do these use? I think we have the right bit on already. Oh, no, we don't. Matches the mushroom board a little bit, right? Oh no, these are hex, or Torx. These are not hex. I will steal this keyboard, start running. My hope today is for $150, this will be a banger. That's my hope today. I really like projects Rabbit does. Rabbit has never ceased to impress me. And then even if you already have a PCB with you, $99 for the bare bones, I mean, bro, you can't go wrong with that. These wood sides are really fun. Yeah, I don't know if Rabbit's going to do this, actually. And you know what? I should have asked. Mind you, I just thought of it right now. I wonder if he's willing to open source the dimensions for this. Or just, like, tell people the dimensions. Because imagine, like, getting an artisan to work, like you, Regulicious, to work by doing some cool sides for this, you know? Some custom sides. You could do that on your own, but it would be nice to have like a file with the dimensions and everything, so you don't have to have guessing work, you know? Am I missing a screw? I feel like I lost a screw. Oh, it's on the screwdriver. Interesting idea. There's Rabbit. Camera's dying? My camera's dying? Oh, is it just freaking out going back and forth? Oh, sorry guys. My desk looks really messy today, but I promise you it's not. Dude, I really like this color. Like, this darker wood looks so good on this, dude. I don't really have any worries about this wood. I know that's usually something I'm very critical about. I don't know, this doesn't seem to like give me any worries off the bat. Like I said, this is a non-critical piece. If these happen to crack a little bit, it's not going to ruin your keyboard experience, if that happens. The pricing for this is crazy. Yeah, this is one of these projects that I really do think, oh dude, this already looks fantastic like this. V2 already? Yeah, you know, okay. Going back on that, the Overture V1, Rabbit sent me a long time ago. And like I said, I never really did content on it. I kind of did like solo behind the scenes content on it. But it wasn't really something that not advertised rather, but I did. And I don't think it was advertised like super duper crazy, but this one here definitely feels, I can already tell you, based off my experience from the last one, this already feels more refined. Like, completely. Yeah, I gotta say, just changing the side panels on this changed the whole keyboard for me. This looks so good. You know what this reminds me of, actually? This, like, I think my dad has some sort of, like, audio equipment in this exact same color with the wood. But yeah, this looks so good with this color. The internal weight's really cool, too. I would have liked to see, I don't know if this would affect the sound at all. I would love to have seen this weight poke through on the back, too. Oh, I'm just talking out loud, Rabbit. Maybe for like a V3 in the future, you can hollow out the X over here. Why does my camera not want to play with me today? Hollow out the X so you can see the weight. That would be sick. You can just get a peek of that weight via the X. That would be dope. For a future iteration. But other than that, I think the bezels are pretty standard fare on this. It does have a cherry lip, which is nice. Internals look well done. I do appreciate that the weight does have a bit of a ridged or stepped effect on it. I'm showing you guys in this camera because my other camera just does not want to focus on this board. That should help bounce some sound around. The side profile is, I mean, depending on what piece of wood you get, this is really fun. I don't know, how do you guys feel about the side profile? Not something you see every day. Yeah, probably, Gingy. It's probably all same for color. Dude, I really want to see the PC sides in person. You didn't send me those, did you, Rabbit? Resident, thank you so much for the tier 1, man. I appreciate
Happy
you.
Almost
My
Friday,
cam's not dead.
everyone.
It's just focusing weird today. What are the little balls in front of you? Oh, they're fidget toys. Here is the back of the keyboard. So we have a little infilled Machina logo there. And then we have the bottom, which is just that little X. Super awesome. I was gonna say hashtag ad, but you didn't say what they were called. Oh, here, I'll do it for Adam. Or not, was it Adam who said that? Yeah. Adam wants me to hashtag ad. Okay, so these are fidget spinners from Novel Keys. There he goes. He just really wanted to type hashtag ad. You just spin them and you fidget with them. All right, let's see what else is in the box here. What plate did Mr. Rabbit send? What other goodies are in this box today? This looks so good. I actually really enjoy this color. We have some screws and an Allen key. I feel like I have not received an Allen key with a keyboard in what feels like years. It's cool to see. We have, I think Rabbit's calling these tadpole mounts. Is it considered officially tadpole? I don't know if I consider these tadpole mounts. What did you say about Alan? Not even close? Yeah, I don't know. I think even on the accessories, these are labeled as tadpoles, right? I mean, they're definitely a mount. They're like an iteration or a play on tadpoles if you look at them up close. I would consider these more of like a little... I mean, I don't know. I consider these like a bean gasket. They're going to slot into the case and pressure fit. I would say they're going to almost act as like an O-ring. I mean, yeah, it almost is like a key snap. Or a PCB snap, rather. Either way, we have an interesting mounting style for this. They're going to sit in these little rivets over here, and this is a one-piece unit. And then we have our daughter board. And then Rabbit sent over... Ooh. Wait, is this a PEI plate? Which plate is this one? It is PEI. Do we do... I think this is PP and PEI. What do you guys want today? What are you guys thinking? Rabbit, any suggestions? Do you have a favorite? I want to see what Rabbit says. What keycaps would you say would look good on this titanium color? You know what? I really do feel like a variety of stuff would be... Do both? We could, technically. You know what? Let's do PEI then. We'll start off with this. Boneyard would look good. I think even if you wanted to go to... You know what? I can't shake the feeling that just going with a plain black keycap set will make this keyboard look fantastic. Just wob, you know? Just go with straight wob. And then also for the accessories, there is going to be a hot swap PCB if you guys want. And I think that's it for PCBs. It does have your standard fare for customization though, so that's nice to see. For the price of what's going on in this project, I am not even impressed that there's no solder. You're going to get 7U, we have step caps and regular, and then we also have... Actually, do we have... Oh. If you want, what you need to go buy your own sockets for, I almost think you should include 2 sockets if you can as well. You can technically get split backspace on this. You would just need to buy your own Kale hot swap sockets and solder it. Technically, you can even maybe remove 1. But... I wouldn't call this strange. There's a reason why people don't do this. The reason... The very simple reason why people don't always include sockets on the backspace is not the final look. What's the final look going to look for? Maybe you put it in the document, but honestly, I read it over the other day and I don't remember now. The reason why people don't include this, if you guys really want to know, with PCB mounted stabs, the stab holes will sometimes interfere with the socket and you never really get great contact with the stabilizer. So it doesn't always work. Therefore, it is technically in the long run more beneficial to not have them there. But I mean, obviously, like, it depends on the PCB. Oh, geez, I've run into this a bunch of times. You kind of have to like really push it in. So, why is the wood different? What you mean? Wish we could have seen Sage. Oh, dude, I would have loved to see Sage in person. From the page, I switched the wood out. All right, let me quickly get some stabilizers and we shall get to work today. Oh, so you know what? We're going to use some tight plus today. A little tight plus action. I love when boards have more customization options, but unfortunately I think that contributes to the price increase. I also like customization in projects. I kind of look at this scale of things as well. Like, I think it's important to look at price versus like there's a whole lot of things to factor, I should say. I think for this, I don't think for $150 I'm being like sorely disappointed by lack of options. I think for what it's worth, this has almost everything that I would want. Again, $150. It's hard to say like, yeah, I don't know. Is there more that I expect? No. If this had any more, like, if this had a solder PCB, I mean, that would be the cherry on top for those who care about that. But I almost don't think people are going to care about a solder PCB. It has the basics, and I think that's, like, more than enough. If this board punches up, do you think it'll rival the Neo/Tofu's? Here's my thing. I don't know how the MX of this sounds at all. We're considering adding a solder PCB. Oh, Rabbit, please do. Rabbit. Oh, wait a second. You'll be my hero. Please. I actually think you might, on a real note, you might catch a few other people who want to join this project because solder PCBs like mean a lot to them. I do think it is definitely a more niche group, but I do think some people will actually invest. Dozens of us. There it is. All right, well, let's start doing this together. Soldering's fun. It is. You know what? We'll just do one by one here. It's the one thing. Also, I saw, who was it? Zerpocalypse said they tried Type Plus for the first time. They're so nice, aren't they? They're so nice. I think I just need 4 stabs. Good evening, my dude. Hope you and everyone is in good health. I'm in decent health. I'm in mid-spirits right now. I accidentally ran my AirPods through the washing machine, and now they're all... They kind of sound underwatery. And the transparency mode doesn't work, so I'm in mid-mood today. Put them in rice? I thought you weren't supposed to put electronics in rice. Isn't there, like, a thing with that? Truthfully, if you didn't burn yourself with a boiled solder... Oh, I've only done it once. Thankfully, I've only ever burned myself with a solder iron one time. Let's see if he manages to lube the stabs under 1 hour. We'll see. They're definitely IP rated. But the washing machine ran for like 40 plus minutes. I don't know if they're IP rated for that. Like, they still work. But they sound like a little bit weird. They're not perfect. I don't know, man. Dude, can I be real with you guys? I was tired. like I said, I've never really done a gym day in a long time, like a proper gym day. So we were tired. I just didn't take it out of my pocket, and that was the story. You know, that's all she wrote type thing. It is what it is. Yeah, first gym visit made me do what now? I'm pissed. I'm so upset. I am so upset. Okay, we're only going to put a little bit of 205 on this because it's all you really need for these. What springs do you swap on for the MX2As? Today's... Oh, no, not today's. I didn't do two MX2As, but I did lube customers today. I've been actually using a variety of different springs. I think my favorite springs for MX2As are probably going to be like a 22 mil 58 gram or 55 gram spring. But I actually just recently tried a few different batches with some crunchy, or are they crunchy springs? Or chewy springs. And they're a 62 or 65 gram spring, but they're only 17 mil. And I actually really enjoyed those two. Not crunchy, chewy. No dielectric grease anymore? Dielectric grease is really meant for Duroc stabs, cherry stabs, or anything else that has a lot more wiggle room. With anything newer, 205 is all you need. Or if you really want to be fancy, you can use a little bit of XHT BDC. Just a little bit. Dielectric does not work very well.
If you buy some activated aluminum spheres off Amazon and put the AirPods in a sealed container on a bed of it, it will slurp the moisture right out of them.
Activated aluminum. Okay, I have to remember that. Yeah, I don't want to spend an extra $300 on buying a new pair, so. Reminder, what Alex uses for springs might not be perfect for you. Exactly. Can you actually, sir? Bag of rice? Dude, everyone's been saying that, but I read a long time ago, and even recently, I thought you're not supposed to use rice for electronics. Isn't there like a negative for using rice? What's your opinion on this board versus the Kafka? Let me build it, and then we'll go back to this, because I legitimately think this is... To put it in perspective, to kind of maybe understand why I think this is an important board, the Kafka was one of the few boards for the price point that it was offered at, where it was just like, wow. I still have the Kafka, yes. The Kafka looked good. It had a very elegant shape to it. It sounded really good with the whole effect. And they did offer MX, but I never got to try it in MX. I think this rivals the Kafka, and just also to note as well, I've been trying a lot of HE stuff, a lot.
Reminder: Alex is perfect for us.
Thank you, Hockey.
BTW, thanks for the easy transaction for the Andromeda.
Anytime,
I
Hockey.
appreciate
Enjoy
you
it,
throwing
dude.
in a bag of your switches too.
Anytime, man. Love you, buddy. But the Kafka. But the Kafka was important because I've tried a lot of HE builds. Dude, other than maybe some of the more expensive ones, the Kafka stood out. It visually stood out. It was a good sounding HE board. It was discreet enough to the point where I'm not like, yo, this is a gamer keyboard. Because to some degree, as much as I love the Vela with its carbon fiber still looks kind of gamery. You know, it does. It has that aesthetic. I think this, in a way, parallels what I think of the Kafka. It is a good HE board. It is. And who knows, maybe this will be like on par, or maybe this will excel. But I can tell you right now, where I think this excels a little bit past the Kafka is
Finally
just color
back to
choices
EU
and stuff.
from Korea/SMKX, getting back into Mr. Oto's stream mode.
How was the meet? Was it good? Also, thank you so much for the sub running. I'm sad we don't have the evil colorway in the round 2. Actually, Rabbit, do the round 1 panels work with the round 2 panels, like the wood panels? We couldn't make forged CF in large quantity? Oh, that's unfortunate. That is super unfortunate. I'll read some more about the board later because Rabbit sent a really fun sheet. We can go over it together. V2 is thicker. Oh, interesting, interesting. Do you still have the Kafka? Because technically you could swap the PCBs between this and the Kafka. Can you? I'm not even sure. I guess so, right? Because it's the same Geon PCB. I guess you could. I don't know. We'll go. I more want to. If I was to see anything, I would want to see how the Kafka sounds in MX. But all right. The only negative of using rice as a I know what that word means, but I don't know how to pronounce it, is that it possibly contains mold. That's what I read about it. Yes. Possibly can mold your electronics if you do that. Well, like I said, I think tonight what I'm probably going to do is just like, I don't know, I'm just going to leave them in front of the fan some more. Or I think I might have one of those like silica gel bags somewhere. Maybe I can just put it in a container with that. But did you have the grayish looking wood pieces with the titanium? No. This is the only wood pieces I have today are the light wood and the dark wood. If I was to get a unit of this today, I legitimately would probably get the moon. The moon looks so good. Or the chestnut. Sage would be like my second or third choice. If I'm really being critical here. I think moon is my number 1 choice though. That looks so good. If you have a silica gel bag then that's not been exposed to air, that will work. Can't you throw those in the oven or something and then like dehydrate them for the silica bags? Isn't there like a way to like restart them? From watching you, you've recently learned very much a silver guy. Mood is on brand with that. Yeah, I've been a silver guy recently. Oh, and put in your actual oven? Oh, well, GG's then. Maybe I'll just do that thing you sent over. What are your top 3 boards that always make your interior rotation? Well, I mean, right now, the top 3 keyboards in my rotation would be the Manta. What else? The Tofu 60 3.0 has definitely been in my rotation a lot recently. And as a third board, I kind of just been rotating between prototypes I've been using or just like new things. The Ori I took the keycaps off of, or else the Ori would be yes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have like a definitive third board in my rotation at the moment. I used to think I didn't need cherry lips in my life. The Snake and class boards have convinced me I no longer want non-cherry lips. Aren't cherry lips comfy? It's so true, dude. I also really, really like cherry lips. It definitely helps, especially if it's a taller board. Cherry lip unbeatable. That's why I'm so happy Rabbit put a cherry lip on this, man. Little thing about Rabbit too. Rabbit's been designing boards for what feels like a while now. And if you guys have seen some of the projects Rabbit's been putting out, I think they speak for themselves. What I really, really, really like about Rabbit as a designer, he's not afraid to use different materials for things. This is using some wood, which is really cool, but on one of his other projects, he used like an Alcantara suede, which I thought was like the coolest thing ever. So he's really just like, I love how he's just so willing to experiment with different things like that. It's very inspiring. So are we looking at QMK with VIA or Vial for the PCB? I don't know. You'd have to ask Rabbit for that one there. I can test it out after this, but until then, I can't. I mean, I could plug it in right now. I probably think Vial. I feel like everyone's been moving to Vial. What are cherry lips? Give me 1 second, I'll explain. 1 sec. Let me just move this last stabilizer. I hope to hell Vial. It seems like everyone's been hoping Vial these days. The JSON file for the VIA for Gray Studios. It should just be on their website. I can double check afterwards if you want to DM me, Alex. What are cherry lips? The best thing on earth other than Alex? Damn, you guys are too kind to me. What the heck? Is this sage? No, this is not sage. This is... I don't think this is like an official colorway technically, but it definitely looks like titanium mixed with a different side piece. The first color is Virtue. This is Virtue. Although I do think the titanium color side pieces pictured on the website looks really good. Really, really good. Oh, you know what? Totally forgot to do this piece. I just saw that Pantheon has started to ship out mantas. Yes. I think everyone's basically got them in now, almost, except for Bull. Bull's still waiting for his. Poor Bull. Poor guy. Wonder how the sidewood pieces would look with different colored keycaps. I mean, I think, you know what? I don't know. I feel like if I were to get this board, I'd probably get like one extra set of side pieces just in case I want to customize it a little bit. But I think the one that comes with titanium is very neutral. Okay, let's put this together now. Bull had a great stream yesterday with many updates and Pangea Mini Lite amongst other things. Yeah, Bull's been crushing it. Bull has been absolutely crushing. Is there RGB on this? No, it doesn't look like there's any RGB. Not that, I don't think it really needs any RGB. I don't know, I feel like this is definitely a board that wouldn't look good even with a shred of RGB on it. Okay. How can I game without RGB? Table lamp. Honestly, probably better for your eyes too. Just get a little table lamp and pop, and there you go. And then you have light. The PC panels though, I still don't think it would look good with RGB though. Be honest with you guys. Still don't think so. RGB era is over. Believe it or not, I actually don't think it's over. I don't know. It's just not for me. I know it's still extremely popular though. Oh my god. You know what? I do wish Type Plus didn't come with clear stabilizer or gaskets here. Drives me nuts. I do love RGB-less keyboards so much. I usually try to get at least a caps lock indicator. Caps lock indicators are nice. Or I got the Pro Move. Unbind caps lock. That's what I usually do on like 90% of my boards. I don't think in the end I keep any caps locks on. Y'all use caps lock? I don't know. I've never, ever seriously used it. Caps lock is my push to talk in games. Yeah, I think maybe that's like the most I've ever used it for. Like literally, just push to talk. But it's cruise control for cool. Yeah, maybe. Open map on Valo. I think caps lock and right win key are my least used keys. For me, if I left it to caps lock, it'd be caps lock. I would never touch it. But my actual least used key is right shift. I literally can't even remember the last time I touched right shift. I think never. Unless it's been a macro for something. Oh my god, why is my bit being funky today? How do I type question mark? That's it. Hi Ninja, how you doing? You type weird? Yeah, I do. I do. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. My typing is not proper form. Drew just found out. Yeah. You don't use right shift plus. No. Do this? Never. That requires too much finger movement on my right hand. I ain't about that life. Proper and typing don't go together, Alex. You know this. Oh my god, my hands today are not working. It's not too late to correct your technique. Not my keyboard streamer. Shake my head. I'm sorry, guys. Is it better to buy a keyboard for competitive gaming or build one? The realistic answer for you is it depends. I honestly think these days you'll have a better time just building one with some of the stuff available. But like, if you don't want to go through the hassle of popping in switches and like doing your stabs and double checking everything works, just get one. Get pre-built. I mean, a lot of stuff is offered in pre-built these days. I mean, hell, even today's board, if you really want, there's a pre-built variant of it, you know? But if you're really being particular about your competitive keyboard, if you're being serious about competition, you probably do want to figure out what works best for you and build it from there. I feel like that's probably really, really, really important. The most important things is like spring weight, the feel of the keyboard, front height, like just making sure it's ergonomic to you. I think it's also maybe a smidge more important than what PCB you decide to go with, like of the big names, you know. If you're deciding between like a Wooting versus like a Geon PCB, ultimately for comp use, I feel like you probably won't notice that much of a difference. What you might notice a lot of is, hey, am I comfortable using the keyboard I have? I feel like that's going to be like the key thing. Should I put the daughter board in now? Let's just do it now. How am I? I'm doing okay. I can't complain. Honestly, I have a lot of work to do today, so I was kind of like head down focusing, editing stuff today. I feel a little scatterbrained if I'm being honest with you guys. A little scatterbrained today, but we're doing a fun keyboard. I've been looking forward to the Overture all week, so. If you're truly doing competitive, wouldn't you want something easily replaceable? It's a good point too. I've never played competitively with these newfangled keyboards, you know? Maybe that's a good point. Sonic's looking nice. It is. Little PEI plate. Fun. I feel like this one might be the one to try to tempt me to try HE. Honestly, go for it, dude. As much as I think this is good value to buy the pre-built version, I almost feel like you'll have a better time buying the bare bones HE and then just buying your own switches. Not to take away from Rabbit's pre-built unit here, but I feel like you'll have a lot more fun and enjoy the process, you know? What are the switches in the pre-built? Geon Raw switches, which is my favorite HE switch. All right, we're gonna install the daughter board now. I have like a little top 5 list recently I made of Hall Effects switches. I would say like my 2 favorites I've tried recently are, we're gonna stick at number 1, the Geon Raws, but I actually really like those HMX Gamer Fuel switches, or whatever they're called. Those green ones. I thought those were quite wonderful. Those were very, very nice feeling. So nice.
Does this sub count toward Alex using KTT roses again?
Yeah, we can make it happen. I'll buy us a set one day. Is there a reason why there's small notches in the plate? To put the gaskets on. Those are going to be the gasket points. There's this thing I've come to across while lubing stabs. I tend to overlube, then remove the lube, and then start rattling. I use 205. What stabs are you using? Probably the more important thing. Did you lube the MX2As in the Mushroom Sonnet? Yes, these are lubed. Oh, my stomach is growling. Ever since we started talking about food before, I can't focus. I really want fries right now. Well, let's do this. Thank you, sir.
All I'm gonna say is I'm aware of some extremely skilled gamer who use a real force. Use what works for you. If you can try and afford HIFA via a diff PCB, there's nothing wrong with trying it, but don't get caught up in a hype cycle.
Ultimately, too, like the most important thing that I say forever since I started streaming ever with keyboards, don't go broke for the latest tech for keyboard stuff. I'm telling you guys right now.
Alex, the milky yellows are right there. Close enough to fries.
They kind of are. Telling you guys right now, okay? Even 8K polling, all this stuff, all right? All this fantastic, wonderful new tech that has dropped. And I know this is not like a new truth bomb I'm about to drop here, but like, bro, if you suck at gaming, you stink at gaming. The keyboard ain't gonna fix it, bro. You really should just take it with a grain of salt. Take it as like an accessory to your talent. Not so much that the talent comes from your equipment. It's the same thing with photography, right? Same thing with that. Same thing with a lot of stuff. It's just gear. Learn the technique. What's up, Ray? How you doing, man? Ultimately, though, there's also a counter argument to this, which is if you're really trying to be the best, having the best gear eliminates the possibility for you to blame the gear, which can be a mindset thing. But I also think buying the best gear and stuff requires money. And sometimes we can't afford things, and that's fine.
Very true. Also, it's insane to me that people scalped Wooting keyboards because they were the only game in town. It was really funny when people claimed that Hall Effect was a revolutionary new technology.
Well, Zerp, I don't know if you were here the other day. I've been getting into the Hall Effect world. Just, I don't know. I do like the stuff that Hall Effect offers. You know, it's fun. But there's also this other mindset that I've been seeing with like Hall Effect stuff, which is something along the lines of Hall Effect essentially the switches that have come out recently are super technology compared to the Switches that came out 7 months ago with Hall Effect. And I already know. I know where this narrative is being pushed, but like, I just don't agree with a lot of the sentiments that the Hall Effect branding has kind of pushed out. It's cool tech. And I do think there's legitimate reason to like it. Take it from me, who is very skeptical, and I still think Hall Effect for the most part doesn't sound as nice as MX. Preference though. But as someone who was using primarily MX, and I'm into custom keyboards primarily, I never really saw the appeal of HE until I actually started using it. And then I'm like, I can kind of see the appeal. As someone, I play games, all right? I play games. I think a lot of people here probably play just as much games as I do. I don't think anyone's, I don't know, well, I'm not going to speak for anyone here in chat, but I don't think anyone here, if you are, then please speak up. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. I think realistically, none of us are going pro here, right? For the most part. The average person, we're not going pro. You're just going to play games. Maybe Elquan's the only pro gamer here. Do I think Hall Effect's going to make a big deal in your everyday gaming experience? Not as much as you think. But it is convenient. If you're playing a lot of games and want different switches and different actuation stuff, it is very convenient to have Hall Effect. Very, very convenient. Speak for yourself? My bad. I know some of you guys are going pro. If you release a Manta V2, will you give a discount to those who own the old obsolete Manta V1s? Damn, you're calling the V1 obsolete? That's crazy. I don't even know how to answer that right now. I'd rather game on a keyboard I love and lose gear in Tarkov. I was going to lose it anyways. Rest in peace, Tarkov, bro. That game there is stressful. But you know it's never stressful? Never ever once in my entire life have I ever been stressed out looking and talking to Theo, alright? Theo, I hope you're having a great day. We all feel a little bit lighter when you're around, okay, Theo? Love you. Love you. I knew a guy on one of the Pro Academy teams for StarCraft. He didn't have much preference, keyboard preferences other than the sponsors gave him. Yeah, there's also that side of things too. There's a lot of sponsor stuff with pro game stuff. Fuck. I can kind of tell. I really like this combo already. An esports pro would need to train reaction, body vision, and reflection, prediction, etc. Yeah. There's a lot more to it though, right? This is PEI. Switch cameras for you guys. I need to put this away later. It's getting in my way. I feel like prelubed Switch game has gone by a little bit. What happened, sorry? Oh, I have a cherry switch we can swap out for the spacebar if we need it too, guys. I put one aside for today too. The HE's already built, and quite frankly, here's the HE unit. Like, I'm pretty happy with this already. I have no complaints. Like, yeah, I think down the road, I would probably take out the foam, but I also think I would want to use an aluminum piece or plate for this. This is a carbon fiber plate. This was pre-built, yeah. You can buy this pre-built. Also, I wonder how it would sound with different keycaps as well. It's not carbon fiber, it's close enough. Well, you know what I mean. It's the silver carbon fiber, whatever they consider that. Hey, Alex, do you happen to get the HE switches? Yes, I think they came in today. I haven't unboxed anything. Did you see Optimum's take on HE mouse? He mentioned that it can actually backfire on you and make you play worse. Why? I don't know. Wasn't Optimum also saying that MX keyboards are going to be dead? I really like Optimum's content, but I don't know. I think some of his takes are a little biased sometimes. Between this and Kafka, more boards being Venom compatible 2026 year of the HE low key. It is nice to see so much compatibility stuff. His takes are really bad sometimes. Yeah. Optimum these days likes to rage bait. MX is outdated. Yeah, the whole outdated thing is crazy to me. Yeah, I can't say I've really enjoyed his takes on the keyboard scene much. He does make awesome PC videos. He does have nice aesthetic, and he is a handsome looking man too. All right. Okay, let's put the gaskets on. That was an odd take. In the case of the mouse, I can see his argument
I just
makes
wanted
sense.
to say I came here a month ago because I heard of the giveaway, but I clearly stayed for the
Oh,
vibe.
thanks,
After
man.
a bad day, your streams really cheer me up.
Oh,
Thank you,
that's
less
very
than
kind.
3.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. I try my best. All right, so here's how these little gaskets are going to sit. They're very, very large gaskets. Interesting. I do want to say I really appreciate that little, basically little nipple that's going to sit in a line. I think that's a very smart thing to do. So it's going to have that little piece on the bottom over here that's going to align with this. That should honestly help with alignment a lot. And I do see a gasket that's going to sit
the
under the
video
spacebar,
where
but it
I
shouldn't.
realized his content was not for me was when he 3D printed ducts for his PC air cooling and said it was revolutionary. Brodel and other OEMs have been doing it in their
I know what you mean.
builds and server for 20 years.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it was definitely nifty that he 3D printed them, but yeah. Definitely not like crazy new tech. I know exactly what you mean. People look into it too much. He's just saying stuff because he's in the mindset of glazing good performance numbers. Well, I think for me, it's not so much like glazing of good performance. I just think some of the takes for me have been a little bit sponsor-sided, which is fine. But I almost feel like you don't make those like large claims. You know what I mean? So as for the gasket points, again, because this is going to be more of a friction style gasket, I don't think it really matters there's one or the space bar, but if it does make this seem a little bit stiffer, which again, these are pretty soft, we can take those out. It shouldn't matter in this case. Let's do this. Looking good, looking good. Liking this a lot. Today I received Cherry ultra low profile switches. Oh, how are they? Are you putting them in, I guess, a low profile board? Okay. What am I using for this? What did Rabbit use in the renders? Out of curiosity for this. Okay, he used like, is that one of the Matthew and Cena sets? It doesn't weigh up. I mean, we can get the scale later. I would say, if I had to guess, I'm sure there's a spec for this fully built, but 3 to 4 pounds, maybe? Maybe 3 pounds? Actually, it's not light. that weight inside is actually doing some work. Huh. What do I want to use today? I'm really thinking, guys. I'm really thinking. Give me a moment. I believe Optimum's take are purely competition performance standpoint specifically. That's not how they come off, though. Like, I watch his videos pretty regularly, and I would not say they come off as, like, a performance take. They come off as more general opinions. I don't know what I want to use. Let me see. Do I want to just use WAP? Or you know what? Maybe we could do... Oh, I'm thinking, guys. I'm thinking. Fuck WAB? Oh, man. I mean, I haven't bought any more of the newer bins. Like the plastic bins I normally buy. I've just been leaving them in the cases, but I'm going to be buying them soon. I feel like so many sets would look good on this, though, guys. So many sets. Classicer? Does everyone just want Classicer then? Do we just want a beige set to go on this? I'm down to do that. Oh my god, I'm so hungry right now, guys. IKEA Guild System? Someone was telling me about that. Both boring. Oh my... Rabbit, what do you want to do? Any suggestions, Rabbit? Black and white? That's what I'm saying, right?
Noir or black snail is the only answer. Adam agrees.
Adam agrees? Cube would look... I don't know actually about Cube. Cube's a bit more cool. This is a bit more warm. If Adam agrees, it's wrong. Holy shit. Elk1, let's see what Elk1 said. You know what? Elk1 always has some fire choices, dude. Miami Nights. Do I have Miami Nights? Is this considered Miami Nights? I always forget, man. It's such an old set. You want this set? I'm down. You guys want this set? Redeem. Oh, someone redeemed Miami Nights. We're doing it anyways. Who redeemed it? All right, we're doing Miami. I think I don't know. It's the only Miami set that I have. It's one of the two, Vice or Nights. I'm not even sure. I really, really don't remember. Hold on, let me just settle in the gaskets a little bit nicer here. Just want to make sure they're properly seated. Perfect. All right, put these in. I do think WAP would look insane on this, though. Do we do the accent colors on this, though? That's Vice Nights? I don't know what this is. Then I don't have Miami. I bought this so long ago. I think this is like one of the first sets I got on... was it Originative or whatever? So long ago. Hi, Zombie. How you doing? You're getting your Evo 75 on Monday. Ooh, new keyboard day. That's always fun. Unk self-reported? Leave me be. I didn't do nothing wrong today. I've had a poo day. What the fuck? Where's the 8 key? Go over here. All right. What should I do for food later, guys? Technically, I did have dinner, but it was a small dinner because it was leftovers. Technically, it was leftovers of Chinese, so I don't know if I want more Chinese food. I don't know what I want. Get in and out. Gym day is not a poo day. Poo day. Excuse me. What's going on? I'm starving. Hydrate? I think I only have some pop left. I don't think there's any Indian in my area at all for food. My area doesn't have a lot of food, guys. We have like a fast food place for burgers and a fast food place for chicken. So I would probably need to special order anything at this point here. I don't think there's anything in that area though, Keep Science. I think there's... It's been forever since I've been there though. Well, technically I am in Toronto, but... Guys, I really don't want to Uber Eats something. Can I tell you guys why? What's that place? Keep Science? Let me tell you why I don't want to Uber Eats anything. Because last time I Uber Eats something, it cost me an arm and a leg. And it was like an hour and a half late. I kind of just want to make something. Maybe I'll just make it manually. What's the question again? Oh, I just wanted to know if you guys had any good suggestions for food. Honestly, you know what sounds fire as fuck, dude? Peanut butter sandwich. All Ubers we do through work end up being late. I don't know. Honestly, we had bad luck with... we had really bad luck with a few Uber orders. So we've pretty much stopped ordering at this point here. You have DoorDash? Yes. That's, I mean, if we do use, sorry, I say Ubering, but like, if we do use any apps, it's usually DoorDash. We've pretty much sworn off Uber. We had a really bad experience ordering groceries like 7 or 8 months ago. Essentially what happened was my girlfriend and I ordered groceries because we were both sick. And when the groceries came in, they charged us an extra $35, $40. And mind you, we only ordered like $40 worth of stuff. Which was already expensive because it wasn't that many things. Rabbit, someone redeemed it. We have no choice. So they said they had to, you know, when they swap an item, when they do like Uber pickup at the grocery store, they did like, your item wasn't available, so we had to try a different item, but nothing was changed on our order. So we tried to apply for a refund, and then Uber basically said, no, wait 24 hours to contact us again if you want to try again to get your money back. And we're like, what the hell? So we waited again. And on top of that, like, the other issue we had too was the person who dropped off our order did not match the profile picture of the person who was delivering. So we're just like, did we just get scammed out of like 30 or 40 bucks? So, and then there was another thing which I'm not going to really talk about because it's not my business, but essentially something happened keyboard related recently, where a Uber delivery of a keyboard was taken and stolen. So these are the wrong spots. That's crazy. Yeah. So we haven't really been using it since. DoorDash has been a little bit better, but it's still really slow. Even like I tip normal tip, like the suggested amounts, and it's still always slow. Yeah, so like what we do now is we try to just go out, like we'll drive somewhere now, or oh no, keep sides. It wasn't for me or anything like that. But we drive now, or What else? If we need to get something in a hurry, we get one of like the 3 or 4 fast food places within walking distance, and that's it. That's all. It's just easier that way, man. Flexing the okay, you know what, dude? That's crazy. I'm happy that I got it finally, though. Feels like a weight off my shoulders. I actually think beige would have looked fire on this now. Now that we put this on, I think Wob would look good. Beige would look better. Remake? We can if we want later, but we have to fulfill the redeem. We have to. We must. Beige, so daring. Cracked Concept's been real quiet. No, dude, it's fine. It looks fine, dude. I have no quarrels with the way this looks. It still looks fire, dude. I ain't judging. I like this. Cracked. There you go. It has like a very like futuristic vibe to it. I almost feel like we should maybe swap out the enter for the yellow. Actually, maybe not. Adam is such a negative member of the community, we should ban him. You know what actually would look fire on this? Crimson Cadet. Crimson Cadet would look sweet on this, dude. You know what? I'm vibing with it. The Flow 2 hold up in your opinion for low profile? The Flow 2 was one of the better low profile ones. I think even just audio, like cue wise, it just sounded the best. All right, so remember guys, this is a $150 kit minus the switches and keycaps. This does look really nice. I can see the vision now with this keycap set. I can see it. It looks nice. Let's plug this in and see how it types. The keycaps? I mean, you don't have to use these keycaps, but you don't have to. Let's see. I'm excited. You know what, too? If we have some time, which I think we do, we can even try the other plate. Although I almost don't know how big of a difference it's going to be. All right. PEI plate, Gatoron, Milky Yellows, GMK keycaps. The spacebar's a little crisp, like in a sharper way. Love the alphas. This is a lot more tame for PEI than I expected, because PEI is usually pretty bright. Let me try something too. This sounds nice. Take out the spacebar gasket here. You know, it doesn't really do a whole hell of a lot. Let's try the cherry spacebar and then we'll try the other plate. The alphas are phenomenal on this, by the way. Love the alphas. I'm not sure about the PEI plate. But to be fair, disclaimer, I've always been a little bit meh on PEI plates. I think PEI plates have always been a little bit uncertain. Perhaps is the right word. Let's pat back this other gasket too. I saw that another one just fell out too, but I think aluminum on this would be insane, just as an FYI. But we don't have aluminum. We'll make do. We'll make do. That spacebar sounds so clean, like a sterile instrument. Hey, it might be for some people for sure. Let's see. How does it sound with the cherry? The cherry and the PEI, very different, night and day. Ooh, this sounds great with this. Damn. I do another rabbit banger for sure. Okay, let's try the other plate. We have lots of time still, so let's try the other plate. I am very curious what the plastic plate will do with this. In case you guys are wondering why I said PEI is kind of hit and miss with me, because it is. I don't know. There's some boards I think that sound horrible with PEI. It's like a plastic plate. It's a specific type of plastic, but I find it has like a brighter overall, like snappier sound signature. Thanks for the clarification. Anytime. This is like a pseudo O-ring, but not at the same time. O-ring without the O-ring, kinda. Talking about food, I can stash my food from my region. What is that? Wait, what are those two things? I'm curious. Ordered my 20s keyboard, and it's a Flow 2 in hopes of getting actual low-profile keyboard. I think you'll like the Flow 2. 20th. Oh, 20th. Damn, 20 keyboards. Good on you. Aren't you like half French? Bro thinks because I live in Canada, I'm half French. I feel like PEI depends on the dinosaur that it was molded of. I mean, basically. Alex, what are your thoughts on the Jane V3? I don't know. To be fair, though, guys, I've never been a Jane guy. It's nice. If you're into the Jane, get it. It doesn't really do much for me. But to be fair, again, like just to reiterate, I've never been much of like a Jane guy, so I'm sure it's a nice keyboard though. Prince Edward Island? No. Rabbit? Actually, I think I know what I'm going to use next for keycaps. I did like this, though. This didn't look too bad. I think I want to use something that kind of fits the warmer tones. Oh, you know, let's take out the gaskets first. What happened to pandas being the holy grail? More people started making Switches, and when that happened, more people realized that there was just more preferences on the table. It's even more gorgeous in person. Well done to you and both. Thank you, Boxster. Did you build yours yet? Or did you just get it in? No, let's move this here. HMX is so on top right now. Did you guys want me to do a different switch? I almost feel like we should stick to this switch just for the second plate. How do I feel about keyboards that are locked behind a keycap purchase? You guys already know how I feel about that. I don't like it. Like, okay, the only way that I can even see it making sense, okay, is if it's a one-off thing and then months down the road, like you don't advertise at all. You can't advertise. If you buy these keycaps in 6 months, you can buy my keyboard or have a chance at buying it. I think if this happens, if it's like coincidence where it's like, you know, 6 months down the road, you're like, you know what, for anyone who did buy that keyboard, like you have an opportunity to buy this. My thing is, it's usually advertised as you need to buy this to get this, and then people make a habit of it. Like I've seen some companies make habits out of it now. It's essentially gambling. Like you're basically saying if you want a shot at the thing that you might actually want, being the keyboard, or maybe you do want both, but let's just say in the odd case, like maybe not odd case, you want the keyboard. You have to buy this ticket. And then you have a chance at buying the second thing. I'm not into that kind of stuff. What if it's a guaranteed spot? If it's a guaranteed spot, I still think it's a little bit wasteful to make someone buy something as an A product just to get to the B product. It's definitely a lot less like bad though than the first thing. Either way, I'm not into either one. I've made it very clear, even with the hey Shiba, how are you? Even with the last time that a big one happened, what was it again? The Ruber Hose one. I'm not into those kind of group buys, or I wouldn't even consider it a group buy. Those raffle buy A to get B products. I've never been into them. They're not my thing. It's a problem if you had no intent to buy both. If the goal is to buy the board, then it creates waste. Yes. But yeah, that's pretty much my opinion on that. And I'm not shaming anyone who's doing that, by the way. Like, if you want to do that as a consumer or a customer or whatever, then you do you. If it makes you happy, then you do you. I will personally never enter one of those things, though. I think in the past, especially when it came to artisans, I felt a little bit more compelled to like join as many of those, because there were some for artisans as well. Like, you have to buy this product and you have a chance of buying the next one. But like, I'm sure if we asked anyone here, how do you feel about, like, for example, you guys are gonna say, you're not pronouncing it right, the Hermes, whatever it's pronounced. You know how they make you go and buy, or even watch companies, they make you go buy a bunch of their products so you can finally buy the product you fucking want? It's just to create a sense of want. It's a marketing scheme, and I hate it. Hermes, sorry guys. Hermes. My bad. That's like if me and Bull were to say, alright guys, if you want the schema, the next board, you had to have bought a Manta. It's just stupid. Same with any high-end limited supercar, you need brand loyalty. It's marketing schemes just to keep things scarce, to keep the price up.
Less than 3.
Thank you, I appreciate that, Hubert. Hope you're having a good day. Alright, next plate. Where did I put my little switch, my little plate guy? Oh gosh, where did I put you? I need him now. Here he is. Cool switcher. That is the TX one. Is the Jane V3 worth it though? It's worth it if you like the Janes. Again, I'm just not into the Jane as a product. It's just not for me. That's it. Like, no shade to anyone who likes Janes. It's just not for me. Typically, I don't love the sound of Jane profiles, like sound profiles. They're not that bad if you can get like a plastic plate, but they're just whatever for me. Let's see this. X is good if you like X. Essentially, basically, that, dude. I'm not going to shit on you guys if you guys like keyboards. I never will, never have. Everyone has different tastes, and we should embrace that. I think that's what makes the whole hobby very wonderful. Kenneth, thank you so much for the tier 1, man. Thank you, dude. Is there a good difference between 0.125 and 0.15 switch films? Are you buying the foam films? Foam films, I find it doesn't matter as much. But yes, if you're buying the more like solid plastic films, then it does matter. It just depends on the switch you're getting. I thought my opinion was the only correct one. I don't know, is it? Could be, who knows? I honestly don't even know if you want to film newer switches. Like maybe, I don't know, my rule of thumb is still Gatoron usually still needs to be filmed. Not always, but usually. JWK switches usually need to be filmed. Cherry switches, for the most part, all need to be filmed. How far has keyboards come? Slow down after the Envoy. In my opinion, dude, keyboards have come a long way. Not in terms of like tech. I think keyboards are still the same spot. But like designs and knowing what's like ideal for designs has come a long way. And I think we're at a point with keyboards like where we have designers making really fun projects now, and not just like, you know, basic metal rectangles which look dated after a year. You know? When will you take us on a key vault and show us the collection? I don't know. We can do that for a birthday stream. Maybe this year during the summer. That'd be fun. I'm setting up my ZV E10. Do you do any color adjustments in OBS? Yes, I do. Contrast -2. And then, depending on your light in your room, I do shift the sense, like the white balance on the color area down 1. Bro, I did not say rum. Please. But I think I have it so it's +1 red or something like that. Oh my god, dude. Say both? Both. Stream secrets from Alex. Hi, Matthew. How you doing? Both. Leave me alone. You guys are being mean to me now. He's Canadian? Or, sorry, the Canadian in you? Yeah, probably. What's the status update on the RUM 60? AKA the schema? Being prototyped.
Say Irish wristwatch.
I don't wanna. I don't subscribe to let people like what they like on everything. Criticism has its place in anything one can be an authority on. I don't know. I disagree. I think people can like what they want to like, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Like, for example, I can give as much criticism I want about keyboards, but for example, my criticism on keyboards sometimes absolutely mean fucking nothing to, here's a good example. For a long time, I mean, even now, I like the sound profile being a little bit more sharp, being a little bit brighter. But dude, I know we might think so because we're kind of in a bubble in North America here. But you go to Asia, that's not the sound profile. And we're completely outnumbered by how many people who are into the hobby there versus here. So it really is like preference at the end of the day. And you like what you like. And I've talked to people and like you, I mean, look at Hipio, for example. Hipio likes a more foamy sound signature, thocky, whatever you want to call it. And when you look at how many people watch his content and really enjoy the sound profiles he likes, it's not the same as like what I like. And at the end of the day, I can sit here and I can be like, okay, well, people who enjoy foam, maybe that's not my sound signature, but it's what they like. And for that reason, sometimes it doesn't even matter about the internals of a board because they're going to be putting it with foam. So it does kind of have its place where criticism does matter, and we will never stop giving criticism. But at the same time, you do have to, I think there's like a point and a threshold of what's objective and what's subjective. You know what I mean? Like, I can say I prefer a sound signature. It doesn't necessarily mean the other sound signatures are bad. But it does seem like we've come to consensuses on what makes a bad sound signature, but it tends to be a bit more narrow, right? But even, dude, there's been keyboards where I think keyboard sound signatures are awful. And I've seen people in chat being like, wow, that's like, this is like the perfect thing for me. And sometimes it makes me think going, this is really preference. Like, I can't really sit here and be like, I can't give constructive criticism when clearly people are liking the thing that we're presenting. Because that means, like, my constructive criticism doesn't encompass everybody as a whole. I don't know. Does that make sense? I try to limit my constructive criticism, or not limit, I try to, like, really push my constructive criticism on parts that I know could be improved for everybody. And I tend to only give preferences, and that's why I kind of say this is not for me, on things that can be very much deemed preference-based. You should speak for the long-term outcomes. I think I do that already, though. Again, like, I think we already kind of do that, though. I don't really think we do short-sighted stuff. I think I pretty much only ever speak on things that I know will be problems in the future. Taste is a spectrum, a normal distribution, just bigger or smaller group of audience. Yep. Meaning not defend those who take sponsors all the time, like those who review Warmier. Kenneth, I think we're getting a little in the weeds. But no, I don't disagree with you on that. I feel like you still have to be objective anytime you can, right? Personal preference is important for everyone to recognize. The feedback you got on the HE board you built on the weekend was very telling. Yes. The HE board on the weekend, like you guys, I literally said it wasn't for me. Like, it did not sound very good, but it's just one of those things where you have to, again, dude, you know what's crazy? The Gravistar keyboard I built recently, I didn't really, like, there was a lot of things about that keyboard where I didn't love. And I think I even mentioned it during that stream where I said, yeah, this keyboard, like, I'm starting to, like, get really hesitant about, like, the HE world when it comes to, like, what people are saying in the HE world, because I'm seeing a lot of flaws, and I don't read these flaws anywhere else. Like, these are actual flaws. But then I presented the keyboard in the video, and there were people who messaged me in the comments being like, yo, just bought this. Just got this. This review like pushed me over the edge. And I'm just like, that makes me scratch my head. It doesn't matter sometimes what I say, right? Let's put the gaskets on. Oh yes, what's going on? Switches for rich people only? Oh, the UFO switches? Those things are too expensive, dude. How do you organize your stuff? Real question? It's an ongoing project all the time. I'm very bad at organizing things though. Like IRL things, not very good. I think Insty knows I'm really bad. I think Insty's probably the only person here who's actually seen my organization. He knows. I try my best. But I'm in a small space. There's only so much I can do. Insty is burdened with knowledge. It works. Yeah. It works is a good way to put it. I don't know. And to go back one step too, I hope at the end of the day, and I'm always open for feedback. I hope at the end of the day, the criticism I try to give on stream with any keyboard is good criticism. I try not to do it in a negative light because I don't want to be a negative person, but I still want to be objective. And I will always try my best to spotlight things that I think are really, really bad. Like that's why I kind of write things down. Like for example, the Wuche boards. Or reiterate things I feel like could be better. All right, time to get some switches. The only criticism you should highlight is how two-brick boards aren't more accessible. They're getting more accessible though. Thank you, Tiramisu. Appreciate the prime. I think they're getting more accessible. Are they not? Yes. My choice right now. Not messed up. Let's go. Let's go, dude. I disagree. Hey, what's up, Mod Musings? How you doing? Your camera doesn't capture the legends? I think it's my lighting more than the camera. This is... I mean, to get the lighting in the room to be this way here was already difficult enough. And I feel like, unfortunately, because this is a bit more of a low contrast set, it's... I mean, unless I lower everything else, then... Okay, bro, listen. No way, I did not say rum. Does someone have the counter for how many times you guys think I said that word? What is this set called? Modern Materials Concrete? No, this is not concrete. This is stone. Stone. Concrete's the gray one, right? Yes. Adam forgot about it the day after he wrote it. Oh my god, dude. Zoom in, please. Oh. This looks good, right? See, you said zoom properly. Zoom. Room. Okay, guys, you know what? Broom. Broom. Fuck off. I'm not saying anything else. I heard it. I'm not saying anything else. I'm being tortured right now. Stop laughing at me, guys. As long as you don't say milk. Milk? Milk? Is that I don't know how I actually say milk. I'm pretty sure I say it wrong too. I'm pretty sure, dude. Who knows? Who knows? Bro, the other day we bought these ice cream popsicle things because they were cheap and we're like, oh, they look good, and they were by this brand, and they were like Canadian brand, and they were supposed to be like made from like bananas and chocolate, and has like all these cool, like, I don't know, it sounded really good on paper, right? So a few days ago we finally opened it, right? And we went to go like start eating the popsicles. They're like, I didn't realize they're like a protein popsicle. Bro, they're so chalky. They taste so bad, and we still have like 2 or 3 of them in the freezer. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? Like they're protein. You know, protein can taste kind of chalky. Eat them. Oh my god, they're a struggle to eat, bro. They're a struggle. Yeah. Eat it on cam. Just put maple syrup. That does sound good, though, to be honest with you. Not even joking. These are GMK, correct? That's why I don't like chocolate stuff a lot of the time. It's too chocolatey. Dude, you know what? Actually, I'm with you on that. I don't really buy a lot of chocolate flavored stuff. But usually when I do it, it is kind of chalky tasting. Good night, Eamon. Take care. Modern Max is fire. I love Concrete. Concrete's a good set too. Both the sets are amazing, to be honest. Chalky or powdery, where I'm expecting smooth and rich. Mm-hmm. Damn. If you guys didn't know, Adam After Hours is a speech coach, but not for me, clearly. I can't afford him. Let's put delete. Where the fuck's delete? My legs went numb sitting on the toilet. I've had that happen. I know exactly what you mean. Oh, and someone asked me before, I'm sorry if I didn't get to this, how is the alignment on the wood? It's not, I think on this particular one, it's like ever so slightly shifted up. On this was perfect. I maybe have to loosen this and maybe readjust. I'm not sure if that's something I need to do here. But like this one here is absolutely perfect. But this one, I don't know why. This one here, I feel like I just need to like readjust slightly. I don't know. I remember that comment, I just remembered now. I think I was busy putting on keycaps. Was it you, Conan, who asked that? I knew it was someone. Sorry I didn't get to that earlier. Alright, page down, and then we can do a sound test, and then we can do some final thoughts on this beautiful project from Rabbit. Does the PVD copper sides have copper? What do you mean by that? Like, they're a different material. They're not wood. My cork pad is pretty old. It's from when they came out. Alright, what do you guys think of this combination? This is nice, right? That looks really good. Killer combo. zoom out. And then we can do a little sound demo here. Ooh. It does work better with the wood. Ooh, this is pretty. Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, this matches like my whole desk setup, huh? Like perfectly. All right, let's see what this sounds like, and then we can talk a bit more about the board versus like the Kafka and everything. But so this is the PP plates, polypropylene with the same switches. So Gatoron Milky Yellows, fully modded. GMK keycaps. Noticeably a little bit lighter in sound. You know, I do think personally the PEI had the nicer alphas. No, the spacebar not hitting anything. I do think an aluminum plate would be the way to go here. Honestly, I do. Let's try swapping out the spacebar switch here. I think alu plate is 100% the move here. Let's grab this out and put back our cherry. This is a polypropylene plate. Carbon fiber is a little bit brighter. I wouldn't say it's as like resonant, maybe. Doesn't have the same tonality as something like the you know, it does sound a lot nicer with the cherry spacebar here. Yeah, this sounds a lot nicer like this. Yeah. So maybe the milky yellow is just not hitting for the spacebar for this board. Alphas are so nice on this. Spacebar is really nice on this. Yeah, the return keystone. I love the backspace. We can try a long pull for this too, guys. Let's try. Really, really like the backspace and the interkey on this. Check pinned. Oh my god, dude. I don't want to answer. I'm getting bullied. Okay, so long pull switch. Let's try an Obscura and we can try an HMX switch. Is the wood accent bought separately? The GB shows a darker wood. Yeah, this was shipped separately, so I don't think this is a proper like one-to-one of this particular colorway. Nope. Let's take out this and let's try the HMX switch first. I almost feel like a really bright switch will be the move here. Okay, I do like how easy this is to take out. Ooh, that's really sharp. Almost a bit too sharp, actually. What's causing this to be a bit too sharp here? Almost a bit too sharp, huh? Alex, is that the Manta? No. That's kind of fun. Let me see something quick. I took out the gasket underneath the space bar. I wonder though... No, that's cut out properly. Let me see something here. Sounds like you're tap dancing. The Mantis should have had wood accents. Really, you think? Geeskets? Is that the plural form? Okay. Now let's try the Obscura. So this is a little bit brighter of a spacebar. I think overall the spacebar on this board is definitely leaning brighter. Oh wait, let's try the Obscura. Your Polar just reminded me that I'm going to a rock show this weekend with Keycap Quarry. How's he doing? I hope he's doing well. We have the Granite Switch. Also, where's my Obscura? I thought I took out an Obscura too. I can try a Granite Switch. I don't know if I'll like the Granite Switch on this. Let's see, let's see. Where's my Polar? Sounds hollow? I don't think it sounds hollow. It just has a very bright spacebar. Definitely leans into a brighter spacebar for sure. Just finished moving his new workshop. Oh, sick. Expanding. Look at him. Okay, the Obscura is very nice on this. Very, very pleasant. Ooh, I like this a lot, actually. Yeah, very different. I need to do some investigating. I don't know why the HMX switch is being super, super, super bright. It's soft. I mean, like, we're going to talk about the board as a whole right now. So, let's just talk about typing feel first, since we just asked about that for me. It's a soft type. Like, I don't think this is extremely firm at all, which also makes this like quite pleasant to type on. Yeah, this is definitely really soft. I know there are some different durometer of gaskets I saw on the website, so perhaps like if you guys wanted it to be a bit stiffer, you just had to pick those up. But like with its stock gaskets here, I'm assuming these are the stock gaskets, it's a pretty soft type. It is very comfortable as well. The cherry lip definitely adds a little bit extra comfort to the board here without making it feel tall, even though it does definitely seem like this is a slightly taller board. Looks-wise, I don't know if I have a preference between this and the Kafka. I almost want to say the Kafka feels a bit more elegant. This feels a bit more modern. And I think that's the fairest way that I can really compare this. So if you want a more modern, almost boxy look, I would suggest the Overture. If you were interested in a more elegant approach, definitely the Kafka. Now, internals, sound profile, stuff like that, it's hard to say about the Kafka. I would really need to just basically take it apart, use the plate that I have with it, and then put this in there and yada, yada, yada. I think the MX build is pleasant. I do think it leans into a sharper bottom, which I almost want to, if you guys want to spend a few minutes with me after this, trying to figure out maybe not why per se, but just look into it. It's a pleasant sound profile. The alphas are phenomenal. I would definitely recommend either just going carbon fiber or aluminum, maybe even the PEI. I think that the polypropylene might be a better suit if you want to go with like foam. I don't know if I love the PP plate on its own here. Definitely a bit softer with this build. But yeah, the PEI plate was definitely really, really nice. The HE build, the pre-built version of this anyways. Now I did take out one layer of foam. I really don't mind this at all. This, to me, with all the foam in it, it kind of sounds like your standard Hall effect board. I would really like, and maybe we can do this another day, just because I kind of want to take some photos of this and get some documentation of this before I do that. I almost want to take this apart and take out all the foam and then rebuild it. I think that would be the play for me. You know? Sadly, the PP is the only option with the bare bones. You have to add on other plates. Oh, is that so? You know, I almost want to say that for the bare bones kit, they should allow you to pick the plate. I don't know if that'll up the price at all. What's the standard Hall effect sound? Foamy. I think foamy and deep, which is not a bad thing. It's just, that's kind of what I consider the standard. Again, it's hard to say apples for apples, which is better. I, again, want to say this has potential based off of what this sounds like in MX. But right now, this still sounds good. I have to give it the slight edge to the Kafka, ever so slightly for its Hall effect sound. But again, we built it differently. Looks-wise and customization-wise, I mean, we have to give it to the Overture. I feel like you can do so much more with this board to make it your own. The Kafka had 3 colors. This has tons of ways you can customize it. So from a customization standpoint, I do feel like this is probably the better product. Like, truly, I do. I prefer this one based off it sounding more stiff. What do you mean by that? Sounding more stiff? Do you mean like more of like a firmer, like solid sound? Now you gotta add that in the Kafka to the rebuild with the whispers? I know. I know. But fun. I think this is fun. I almost wonder too. Oh, I don't know if Rabbit's in chat right now. Rabbit, is it possible to build this with O-ring? I don't know if those standoffs are too shallow though. They might be too shallow actually. Maybe I'm dreaming. Wait, the pre-built being the same price as a V2 Wooding is insane? Like, insane in a good way, I hope you mean, right? The V2 Wooding pre-built, honestly, I kind of hate the way it looks. And I feel like it's kind of cheapy. Absolutely insane in a good way? Yeah. I mean, $250, and again, price point wise, $250 for the pre-built, you can't go wrong. For this, for the MX bare bones kit, $150 and then possibly spending a few bucks on like buying a different plate. Maybe you don't even need to if you like the way this sounds. Again, how can you go wrong on that? The pricing is really, really good. Extremely good. Now, I do want to say one more thing. This is PBT. I quickly just want to swap some of the keycaps over just to get a better, more clear indication. Because I think the Kafka used ABS, if memory served, right? Totally different sound profile when you use different keycaps like that. So let's just swap a few over and see. I bet you can use PCB snaps on this. Probably. I don't know if... I mean, maybe, yeah. Maybe. I can already tell a big difference with this. You guys hear just the alphas alone? Huge on the alphas. Is this a 6.25U? It is. Okay, let me get a 6.25U. And then centered again. I don't know if I have the regular schmegular on this. GMK makes the PBT sound so flat. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna grab the Noel one. I mean, I can already tell you guys. I'm not typing on the two ABS alphas, but just swapping the spacebar already changes this a lot. A lot. And again, I wonder what this would sound like with different foam on it. Oh, let's change these back here before I forget. Reminds me of the Lego Brickman. It kind of does. HE does give that vibe, though. HE does give that vibe. All right. One last thing I wanted to experiment with here is just kind of want to see why the spacebar is ringing a bit sharper. Because it's just ever so slightly sharp. I don't think there's any obstruction. It doesn't look like it with those, so that shouldn't be it. One thing I can just double check with. I hope you don't mind me doing this, Rabbit. No, the spacebar is not a tight fit. I almost feel like there's a smidge of interference somewhere. I just kind of want to like experiment with. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of when we were building the Manta. Because it also had just a smidge of sharpness to it. Just to know, I feel like the electric waves are ringing sharp on my build too. They are a sharper switch. I have built with them recently, so I know they're not supposed to be that sharp though. And I did even feel like the milky yellow is just a smidge sharp as well. So to tackle this, just number one, what I want to do. I know this seems silly, but I just want to see if this is interfering with anything. Again, I hope you guys don't mind me just experimenting with this. Because I feel like this is just good stuff that we can give to Rabbit as feedback. Been wondering this whole stream why people like GMK keycaps so much. Yeah, they definitely have a nicer sound. I am noticing something there. I almost feel like that toned it a little bit, but let me try one more thing here. I do feel like that toned it down a little bit, so perhaps there is something contacting, or maybe it's not contacting per se, but leaning a little too close to something. Let's go back to the milky yellow. Yeah, this sounds like night and day different now, for the milky yellow at least. Just want to double check this too. Let me check one more thing here. Should I take this out for a sec and double check? I don't want to have like a bias. So I don't think it's either one of these. I think it's just the switch. Well, no, I'm not too sure. I almost felt like I did hear a smidge of a difference. But I'm not sure what that's coming from. Because Rabbit looks like he did everything properly in here. You know what I also wouldn't mind checking? Actually, I don't think it's that. Really hope by now there's companies that normalize quality control for their presses of ABS. I feel like Swikey's doing a good job. I really do. I wonder if this is just too soft for the PP plate. I almost wonder. I wonder if it's just... Yeah, I wonder if it is. Okay, the reason why I'm saying that is, look. It doesn't even take much to really bring up the PP plate here. See what I mean? And I wonder if it's just causing it to be a little bit too low. Soft PP? Maybe. Because I hear something. I hear something that I'm not used to hearing. And see, it doesn't really happen too much on this because there's two switches here. But on this one where there's not two switches, I am getting some of that feedback here. Perhaps a different, maybe not a harder gasket in this case. I don't know what the proper solution to this would be. Does the keycap touch the tadpole? No. This tadpole, I'm not too sure. But I almost feel like no matter what the durometer of tadpole you go with, it still might lift up the PP plate a little bit. Something to look into, Rabbit. I'm not sure if that's what I'm hearing. Maybe it's just this particular area because there's not a lot of structure to this plate. I don't know if I have a good way to like test this though. Yeah, I don't think I do. Because I didn't really hear this particular sound with the PEI, just as an FYI. This is just strictly the PP plate. Do we need harder PP? I think so, because I think what's happening here, Rabbit... See, even just... I'm not even doing much to this. I'm thinking what's happening is... You're probably typing. It's getting pushed up on the bottom material here. Right? It's getting pushed up when you're typing. And then it's probably contacting things on the bottom. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening here. Let's see. I'm going to try one thing here too. That's what she said? Stop. Oh, I'm so hungry right now, guys. So yeah, I think like right here, I'm not hearing it at all. The moment you put a little bit too much pressure on this though, yeah, Rabbit, you know what? Like, honest criticism here. I think I would probably change the default plate to something a bit harder. Just to avoid potential issues of it bottoming out like that. I don't think it's shorting, though. So I don't know if it's truly, like, bottoming out to the point where it's, like, contacting something important. It could even just be the screws of the stabs. Which, you know what? Like, begs the question, should I maybe move the stab... Like, take the stab screws out and see? Or it could even just be like the plastic bit of the hot swap socket. If we went with a harder gasket on this, I still feel like no matter what, see how far this plate can go up? Like, dude, do you see that? This is not much pressure. So I think maybe realistically, yeah, to be safe, I would probably change the default plate to alu or something like that. I don't have a great way. Again, I don't really have a great way of... Like, I want to tighten this just to see, but I don't think I have a great way of doing this. I don't have like a mini clamp or something like that. What I could do is put a piece of foam in or something, but I don't think this will work either. Alu will not flex like this, no. I would even say like the PEI plate would be a good default plate too. If I go up like that, it should be installed, but it should go up like that if it's installed properly. Or shouldn't. Did I not install this proper? I think I did. I did. Yeah, they're just a little bit, I mean, actually, no matter which way I put them in here, they're going to be a little bit up and down no matter what. Yeah. Should have been PCB mounted gaskets? Nah, I don't think it needs to be one or the other, but just a little note. Other than that, like if I don't put as much pressure as I normally do on the spacebar, just to give you guys a heads up, it sounds phenomenal. Like, I really love the way this sounds. But this is me being very light with the spacebar. If I put a little bit more pressure, I can hear a bit more of like a ring, which I'm not really used to hearing. And I didn't hear that with the PEI. Okay, well, just a little note. Nothing too serious, I don't think. Maybe PEI is going to be the not super great one here, but let's put these back. Well, you shouldn't have had that problem with PP if PC mounted. Yeah, I mean, technically you wouldn't. But I don't know if this can truly be PCB mounted the way that Rabbit wants it to be. It might not be as, like, soft in that case. This is the right keycap it is. Alright, I guess I don't really have any more final notes. We already covered basically everything. What did you guys think of the board? I think for 150, lovely pickup. I actually would... Dude, if the default plate gets swapped, I'll be over the moon as well. I pre-ordered? Hell yeah. Is the Tofu 3.0 going to be in stock? I have no clue. I think there are too many boards I want to purchase. For the price it's insane, can you buy it without caps? Yes. Without caps, if you want bare bones... Uh-oh, where did my link go? If you want bare bones for this in the HE, it is 160 to start. And if you want bare bones in MX, 150. So that means you get the plate and the PCB. But if you want the fully built with the switches and keycaps, it's 240. You can't deny, though, Rabbit killed it with pricing. This is from Novel Keys, the key mat here. And the look of this board ain't no slouch either. Is that even below Neo standards? I don't know. How much is the Neo boards again? Neo Core 65. I think if you were to get something similar spec to Neo, it'd be basically the same thing almost. 150-ish for Neo? Yeah, 150. If I ask, where'd you get the cable? That's from Ordinary Labs. Dumb question, would the same thing happen if you use a less squishy, tiny, round plastic thing to attach the PCB? No, because I think it's completely dependent on the plate moving up and down here. Like ever so slightly. Would you prefer the cork key mat or the key mat one you had before? Honestly, they're all good. Any mat essentially with like a silicone base or rubber base, I should say, not silicone, will absorb most of the impact. So it doesn't really matter with what you go. Just preference at that point. Dumb question. Oh, we're good there. Looks and sounds great, especially for the price. Yeah. Neo HE with switches and keycaps. Oh, the Hall effect, I have no clue. I'm talking more about the MX experience for the Core Plus. What's that Sonic one that they have? What's that one they're called? The Sonic HE or something? Yeah. So Sonic HE is $125. I've never tried the Sonic HE though, so I have no clue. I know you've heard talk about this before. What's the difference between flex cut and non-flex cut? So flex cuts have, like, remember the PCB we built, how it was just a solid PCB? That's non-flex cut. Flex cuts are essentially cuts in the PCB, which, in all honesty, like, the more I try to rationalize it with myself, it still makes no sense. There are better ways to provide flex for your keyboard. I don't think flex cut PCBs are the way to go. I think there's too many detriments that come with them. I try to avoid flex cut PCBs, but some people love them. I personally don't like them at all. All right, Rabbit, thank you so much for sending over this board for us to take a look at. God, I really like the combination of colors here, man. This turned out so good. Look at this. So good, dude. Looks amazing. Around 150 shipped for Neo Sonic HE. Oh, okay. It's shipped. They affect how flexible. It doesn't affect sound. It does affect sound. Dramatically, I would say. Yeah, maybe not the cork on this. Let me take off the cork. I feel like this right here. This looks good. That looks really good. This is like thumbnail worthy. It looks so good. Calming colors, yeah. Again, I kind of like the wood that this particular color comes with, like, on its own. Classy, yeah. I don't know. Like, this is still nice. I like this combo, but I think the darker wood actually suits this more. The felt. This is some Amazon thing, but you guys can maybe see. It's like pulling everywhere. I honestly like need to retire this soon. It's falling apart. Glad it got to come by. This is really quite nice. Yeah. I've started to see more and more wooden cases. It's really grown on me. Dude, I'm telling you, wood on keyboards looks so good. So nice. Atomic, thank you so much for the Prime. Appreciate it, man. Alright though, guys. That pretty much sums up our build today. I don't know. Do you guys have anything else we want to talk about tonight? I think pretty much that's going to be it for me. Let's see. Been loving your streams. I feel like I'm learning so much. Thank you, Zombie. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Kenneth. Cream Sonnet when? I'm going to see if I have some time on Sunday. It's been a busy week. Tomorrow's going to be even more busy. Alright, let's find someone to raid then. Should we raid Patty? Can I see the cherry lip? Absolutely you can. Bro, you don't even need that. So it's a very subtle one, but it's there. Actually, I would consider this pretty standard. It's not like aggressive, nor is it non-aggressive. It's right in the middle, I'd say. The perfect cherry lip. How is the board? I enjoyed it. Which mount for Manta and aluminum plate for your modes? Wait, what happened? Which mount for Manta and alu plate for your mode switches? Oh, that's the combo you have? I would probably just do the bean gaskets, like the little gaskets. Just use those. My favorite mount for it. Honestly, even the O-ring is good for it too. Alright guys, enjoy the rest of your night. I will see you guys tomorrow. Did you find the spare box of Mantas under your bed? I did not. Those are still lost. The spare mantas that I didn't order are still lost. Yeah, I don't know. I need to get some food in my stomach, man. I'm starving right now. I'm starting to feel a little lightheaded, to be honest with you guys. All right. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye, everybody. And if you guys did want to consider the board, please take a look at it. Alex, quick question. What's up, Annette? Is he going to do one of those things where he never answers my question? He never, like, tells me the question? Have a great dinner? I think I'm just going to do a snack or something. Maybe I'll just, like, honestly, maybe just a peanut butter sandwich. Kind of vibing with that right now. Bro, Annette's not going to say anything, bro. I already know he's not going to. He's literally not going to, dude. Alright, you guys have a good night. Love you guys. You guys have a good one. I'm not waiting for Annette. Bye, everybody. Love you.